Hello everybody, welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Monday, November 11th, Veterans Day 2024, and we are back with our NFL best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach and welcome to Being the Odds. Let's recap yesterday's results. So yesterday, not what we wanted, man. First, we actually had our first losing day in total in our last 6 days. I think we've only had 2 losing days in our last 11, so it was bound to happen here and there. Members only though, we went 2-1. Cardinals money line plus 112 was a nice winner. Same thing with Broncos plus 7.5. You know, it's that with the Chiefs, man. It's like that Breaking Bad meme where it's like, how does he keep getting away with this? It's literally like that with the Chiefs right now. It's unbelievable. Colts plus 4.5. They should be just embarrassed they didn't cover that game. That was insane. Our Redskins minus 2.5. We got robbed. Just full on. We got robbed. I don't care what anyone has to say. Zach Ertz made it over that first down line when he caught that ball and he got pushed backwards. And also the ref marked it like 2 yards short of where it actually was. So it was a complete hatchet job the whole time. But you know what? I'll take 6-3 for my Redskins all day long. Texans plus 3.5 win. That was an add-on that we did on Twitter and on YouTube, by the way. We added those there. That was a nice win there. We also added the over 49.5 Houston-Detroit. And we just Kai Fairbairn missed that kick, is what it is. I mean, if we had that, we got it. We lost by half a point. We had the over 50.5 Tampa Bay and San Francisco. San Francisco missed 4 field goals, and we lost by 7 points. So, you know, do the math on that. Under 38.5 New England, Chicago. That was the ugliest game of football I have watched since the London game, which was the earlier morning. But that was so ugly. Imagine being a Bears fan and picking Caleb Williams over Jaden Daniels. Couldn't be me. Then we had the Falcons minus 3.5. 3 missed field goals by Younghoe Koo. That killed us. I mean, if you just add 9 to that score, then we win. So, I mean, we win and we cover, so it is what it is. We had the over 50.5, and guess what? We had some more missed field goals. So, you know what? Honestly, it's just one of those days where all the breaks went opposite of us, but you know what? Can't really do much about it. It is what it is. And we have Monday Night Football night, I think one of the better matchups of the entire day. I mean, like without question, in my opinion. We have a members-only best bet for tonight, along with one in the NHL. You can go to the zdmbets.com/picks. Website is linked in the comments below. But we have 3 picks for you guys that I have today for Monday night that I'm going to give you guys here on YouTube. All right, so the first play I'm going to go with here today is we're going to go with the over 47.5 in LA and Miami. Now, primetime overs have not been kind to anybody who's been betting them. We've bet a lot of unders this year, and we've won a lot of money from that. However, the stats don't tell the story for this game if you try to use statistics for the season, because both of these teams, for long stretches of the season, have been injured, and when they're fully healthy, they're completely different teams what the stats show. What we really have to look at is the matchups. So the first matchup that I would look at in particular is looking at, for example, let's start with LA. They were without Puka this whole year, basically. They were without Cup for most of the year. Since then, they have not lost. And their offense looks like the offense that we expected earlier this year before both Cooper and Puka got hurt. Kyron Williams is still awesome. Had his first non-touchdown game last game, but he was still unbelievably dominant against the Seahawks, who have a pretty horrible run defense. But even so, I don't think it's any better than Miami's when you actually look at the statistics. But again, stats don't tell the story in this game. On top of that, you're going to have, and then with those guys being out, Demarcus Robinson has stepped up and been absolutely unbelievable for this Rams team. And they just have, Jalen Ramsey is going to erase whoever he's on, but Jalen Ramsey doesn't really travel much anymore, like with the best receivers. So I think he's just going to play right corner, and whoever's over there is going to be over there, and he's going to take them. The other side of things, you're going to have Puka, and you're going to have Demarcus Robinson be able to put up serious numbers against corners that honestly really even shouldn't be in the league. Kendall Fuller's pretty good, but they don't really have much depth at corner, and they'll be able to run the ball really effectively, and Matt Stafford is still Matt Stafford. Then you look at the Dolphins, since people thought, including me by the way, they shouldn't have paid Tua all that money, but you can really see how bad this offense is without Tua. Now that's not to say he's ever going to win a Super Bowl. I just don't think he will. I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's as good as what they're paying him, I should really say, because he's a good quarterback, not great, right? But they're paying him great money. But Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are still some of the fastest receivers in the league and still fantastic. Raheem Mostert is probably the fastest running back still. Jonnu Smith is an absolute dog at tight end. I think he's unbelievable. I think he's so underrated. And with Tua in there, this offense actually looks like a competent offense. So I'm going to go with I'm gonna go with the over here. I think that both these offenses are great. I think the defense for the Dolphins and the Rams is suspect, especially passing. So I'm gonna go with both of these teams. I'm gonna go with the over 47.5 in this game today. Next, I'm gonna go to two props. Okay, so my next prop we're gonna go with Puka Nacua over 67.5 receiving yards. Demarcus Robinson has burst on the scene. Like I just said a minute ago, he's absolutely unbelievable. Cooper Kupp's been great since being here. And there could be a situation where even though Puka's great and everyone knows he's great, he might be lost in the game plan shuffle by the Dolphins. Like they may not be able to find him they might be able to find him like in the game plan because he hasn't played very much this year. Demarcus Robinson's been great and Cooper's been great. So I think there's a possibility that he's against the third corner on Miami on a consistent basis. I'm not saying he should be. I'm saying he might be. On top of that, his yak yards are unbelievable. This year he hasn't played a lot this year. Puka Nacua hasn't, but over half of his yards, 60% of his yards this year have been yards after the catch. 60%, and on top of that. Last year, when there's a bigger sample size, he had 1,467 receiving yards, 683 were after the catch. So he is a yak monster, and against a Dolphins team that has shown they're very bad at tackling, I love him over the 67.5 receiving yard number. So I'm taking Puka on that number. Next, we go with Jonnu Smith over 3.5 catches. There's lots of tunnel screens that they're going to use for him. If you watch Jonnu Smith, they actually use him in tight end screens like a lot. It's kind of an odd thing because you don't really see too much of that in today's NFL. But they're going to use a lot of tunnel screens, and if the Rams can tackle, I like the catch number. Also, he's become a security blanket for Tua and any quarterback that's been in for the Dolphins, which has been plenty of them this year. And he's also going to have a field day if the inside linebackers or the outside linebackers try to guard him, because the D line for the Rams is really solid. I think the secondary is also pretty solid as well. But the linebacking core is really where it's pretty lackluster. Like, it's not great. And if you're thinking about who's going to be guarding Jonnu Smith for the most part, especially when you're going to have Jalen Waddle, you're going to have Tyreek Hill to deal with, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane. If they use Berrios in the slot, Berrios for the Dolphins. When you look at all those matchups, who they're going to have to deal with, they're going to have to put a linebacker on Jonnu Smith, and Jonnu Smith should be able to eat them alive. So I like the over 3.5 catches for Jonnu Smith here today. Now, like I said, guys, we have 2 members only best bets today. You can get it as a zdmbets.com/picks. The website is linked in the comments below. And if we've made you guys money on this winning streak the last 11 days, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, hit the notification bell so you never miss a pick. We post these best bet videos every single day, and we're going after 15,000 subscribers. So I'm excited to have you all here. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money, and I will see you all tomorrow.